Evening all, how we doing? Yeah, what are you feeling? Yes, I just needed a minute to get my hoodie on. Sure, there's more room to do that over there. And it was like, okay, now it's flashing 0. Oh no, I'll press the button because it's going to be seconds. There's no point in letting it roll around again, is there? So, we're here now, I think, mostly. I'm going to adjust some stuff because that's better. Yeah. So, I know I said we were going to play Fallout today, but all I've wanted to do all day is play Avowed, so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. The new shiny toy and all that. So, yeah, looking forward to diving back in. Would be good. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of side quests to do, sort of in the area around Paradise, in the Dawn Shore area. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do first. I'm sure I'll soon figure it out. It should be good. Reiki. And I can actually see what's going on anyway. Right, I'm here, I'm alive, and oh, that's just my computer. There's a weird flashing light on the floor, and I'm trying to figure out why, and it's just my computer flashing at me. Which it's meant to do, that's fine. Yeah, so, last time I thought we were going to advance the story a bit. Instead, we got distracted with exploring Paradise and a whole bunch of side quests. And sort of get myself set up to push further out, because I started to encounter creatures that were whooping my ass. So, we got some upgrades and things. I'm ready to head on a bit. Would be good. Right then. I've got an Avowed wallpaper at the minute, so I've got the Avowed splash screen over the Avowed wallpaper, and it's a weird microcosm thing. We're rolling, I think. Well, we will be any minute anyway. Nice. A very tidy little transition there. Yeah, I thought that would be the case. Rock and roll time. Margaran, goddess of fire, war, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Believe in self-improvement through rigorous struggle and hard-won achievements. Margaran sounds like a masculine name to my ear, but there we go. So, there's Paradise over there. We are hanging out on this little stretch of flat ground just outside town. My robes are flapping. The character is looking interesting. Not sure why. Oh, there we are all geared up. Got me wand, got me spells, good to go. So, what are we going to do first? That one we'll be doing as we explore. Call of the Past. We'll do that in a bit. Actually, I could do that because I'm leveled for it. Dawntreader, that's these two are probably kind of on the general direction. I think those two are somewhat in. Yeah, let's Call of the Past. That's the main story, whereas... Oh, that's where the expedition team is, Dawntreader. So we'll be doing that one. I think we might do these two fairly soon. We've also got Castle's Folly to do, wherein... so there's a document somewhere that I need to clear. And presumably a quest. Nice, I think. Right. Yep, those ones. done that one. Not sure why it's still there. Okay. Anyway, what's that? Precious light. That was. Oh yeah, that was no. That's the find him inside, which I'm a little bit not ready for allegedly. So we might come back to that one and do. We could do Cold Pass, Dawntreader, and hunting Octave the Firebrand. I think is probably going to be the way to start. As they are both all the way up this side, and then we'll sort of start heading over towards this higher level area on this side afterwards. So I could... I think the play will be fast travel here and then go this way? Maybe? I don't think there's anything else I really need to do, is there? I'm all geared up, everything's as improved as it's going to get. I'd like to enhance this a bit more, but I don't have... I don't know what I need to do it with, actually, but I don't think I have the necessaries. What does it require to upgrade? Oh, wait. Cash. Oh, apparently it requires money that I don't have. That's interesting. Didn't realise upgrading things required money. Most don't from the look of it, but it's just because I'm transitioning from regular to the advanced one. I could go and buy a better one, because I think I could buy that. No, I can't because I haven't got any fucking money. Oh dear, that's interesting. So I guess we have to make some money then, haven't we? Right, let's do it. We'll head to the old Pargon Wall and make our way up from there. Although I could actually go here and then go through the Derelict Garden. That would also be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Let's do that for the lols. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Who didn't know here? Was it sort of fluffy individual wandering in the door? Right. We'll go through here. This. And into the abandoned garden, or whatever it's called. Derelict Garden, there we are. It's definitely seen better days. There's this here door at the back, which I don't know if it's ever going to end up being useful to have that open, or if I've done a bad thing by opening it. But, nonetheless, it's good. You were supposed to teleport through it and leave it closed. Changeable weather playing havoc with your joints. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad over here. So I can either head up from here, or I can head left. I'm inclined towards heading left, I think. We'll head upstream. Go and claim ourselves a bounty. And see what happens. Because I did get my backside a little bit kicked last time. I've got some ideas this time. I've also tweaked the UI settings a little bit, so there's a little bit less hand-holding and a little bit less UI elements popping up all the time.
The so-called godless people disappeared centuries ago, but left plenty of ruins to remember them by.
He says that same line in a couple of different places, Kai. Interesting.
Nice.
Ah, it's the bounty timed.
Xion seek.
That went alright. Ooh, we did a little bit better than we did last time we ran into these guys.
Xion seek.
Next one's mine.
Woo! That went well. That was a good fight.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Do slightly wish I'd had that recorded. Oh well. Oh well, next time. Sheathed in summer. Got a dagger for it, a unique dagger. Which we can upgrade and modify the enchantments on and so on and so forth. One-handed melee compared to one-handed dagger. Full combo attack deals moderate fire accumulation. And hits deal extra fire damage. So if you want to go for a fiery dagger, it's quite cool. I do not. I didn't want to stash that either, but I do want to stash that for now, though. Oh, I'll deal with that later. Yeah, that went considerably better than it did last time. Tell you what, I freaking hate the fog of war, though. I politely understated it on Blue Sky earlier, but yeah, I fucking hate fog of war on a map. It's just awful. It literally defeats the point of having a map. And then when you start clearing it, it just leaves the thing looking like a mess. And it's... No. Blank map with nothing on it. I'd rather have that and then sort of pencil stuff in. It doesn't make a map. It's just got like the general landscape and no specific locations on it. That's fine, but... actual fog of war thing is freaking annoying. It might be just social? I can't remember. I forgot what the command is now. There is one for it. Not that, apparently, either. We're wondering now. Have I made a mistake in doing this? That's the question. Update that actually. I do actually need to update some of these. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, there isn't a specific one for all of them. But it is the same thing for all of my socials, which is Darth Xion Games at whichever social it might be. Blue Sky being the obvious one. But yes, I don't actually have a command for that, apparently. There's one for Facebook, there's one for Instagram, there'll be one for Twitter as well, but I don't use that anymore, so kind of pointless. But I don't have a Blue Sky one set up yet. And I don't have a general socials one either. There's one on a timer, that'll pop up eventually. Probably. So the ruins are a bit further up apparently. Hello. Throat's a bit bleh for some reason. Crafting materials and a sword. Some cash in what looks suspiciously like a bird of some kind. Cool location this though. Did I have a poke in there? I think I did, didn't I? That was the thing we were in a minute ago. HUD should go away unless there's actual danger around here. Make it go away and then I can grab me a little picture. Right. Nah. The vile place. Good to see that shithead who runs it now. Well, owns it. I don't technically he runs it, but unfortunately the people who do run it feel like they have to do what he wants. So, we need to get up to the right, which might be possible over here. It looks like this big old heap of cliffs might be oh wait, maybe there's a way here. And so it might make it a bit difficult, but I think I might have found the way up. Is there anything here to... No, not really. This must just be because of the region I'm in, maybe. Oh. Because I'm in a more dangerous area, it's permanently up. I don't know. So there's an up that way. Yeah, they were looking for a Temple of Aethys in an old ruin. But a godlike has taken up residence in, a godlike of Aethys, and might have some kind of relic. An expedition got into a spot of bother, didn't they? Ooh, hello. What we got here?
Aye, aye.
That was a good animation. Made the right call. Up and up and up we go. Not a bad view. Strangle route over there. It's De Hengen's place. I'm not sure if this is true, but I rather get the impression that the draw distance is substantially lower on console. But I could be wrong, because I've heard people talking about the draw distance not being as high as they'd like it to be. But I can see everything in detail all the way to Horizon, so... And I'm not on maximum graphics settings on PC, so I can only assume it must be down to that.
Unseen, unheard.
Well...
And rock.
This looks like the path Arthur told us about. Remind me not to spook you.
And rock. And rock.
Woo! Few gear upgrades suddenly make me feel, if not badass, considerably more dangerous. Would have been a lot tougher of a fight prior to getting a few upgrades. Pilgrim's Path, yeah. Right, let's go the other way because there's apparently somewhere just down here a fast travel marker. There it is. Here's the backside of Hightown, apparently. Northern Farms. Interesting. Oh, there's a cave here. Let's go and investigate that, shall we? Possibly go wrong. Letter to the Oracle. Appears unsent. Though smooth now, it bears evidence of having been previously folded into the shape of a paper glider. Mr. Oracle, you've been very generous with your skillings, and I appreciate that, but the Adyrans have started asking around about me at the market. It isn't often regular folk are carrying purses full of gold, you understand? Now that they've gone and started inspecting all the shipments coming through the port, I can't afford to keep ferrying your goods. The sciences aren't exactly illegal in the city, but still corrupt people don't much like it either, and I'm starting to think I might end up at the bottom of the river if we keep this up. Sorry, I know you'll understand. Niall. Possibly Neil, depending on how they intend it to be pronounced. There's Niall in Dragon Age. And we're back here. Back here. It's been a while since we were here, but this is the lift that they sealed off after they casually murdered a smuggler. Well, to be fair, I do believe he pulled a knife on them, didn't he? Or so they say. Allegedly. It's very pretty, this area. That whole cliff is inaccessible. Because this whole area is an inaccessible cliff, I'm left with fog of war in it that I can't get rid of. So my map is permanently untidy. It annoys the hell out of me, fog of war. Like, irrationally so. I concede, but I fucking hate it. So what I'd like to see is give us the map. Just leave all of the writing and the place markers off. Maybe even leave the buildings off. And as you get near to the area, then fill the buildings in and put names to them. Just sort of have the plain landscape there otherwise. That'd be much more my... I'd vibe with that a bit more. It's like fog of war. Anyway. Round to side. See the lighthouse all the way over there?
Great view, isn't it? You can even see Fort Northreach in the distance.
Can you?
Too soon.
I assume that must... Oh yeah, there it is, over there. You're not wrong. It is a great view, and the music swells as we head up here. This looks like the expeditionary group. Nothing behind the waterfall. Always got to check. Considering there were a bunch of Zorips sitting on the entrance, they seem to be surprisingly domestically set up around here.
If you traveled weeks to see him, you can wait a few more days.
Kara, you would not be so glib if your family's souls were crying out to you for justice.
Some crusty old priest isn't going to change that.
She seems like a bit of a cow.
The Temple of Aethys is closed. Ugh, I don't know
Says
why
who?
everyone in the living land suddenly wants to see the old kook in there, but it's not happening. Not today, anyway. Probably not tomorrow either. Not with the way they're dawdling.
Since when do you make the rules?
Since I arrived with the big sword.
So you say I need a bigger sword. The Oracle has one. Let me in and I will borrow it.
I'm saying you need to go home because the goddamn temple is closed.
Yeah, I'm going to side with the pretty Amorna lady and tell you to put your sword away and get out of the way, lest you be turned into a tin can, bish. I'm here at Offric's request. You've got an expedition in trouble. What do you mean the Temple of Aethys? Where is it? Why can't you enter the temple? You two done. Your squabble is not my affair. I'm leaving. Temple of Aethys, where is it?
It's in the cave back there. It's a hike, and the path there is crumbling to bits. So even if it weren't closed, you know, I don't recommend it.
Why can't you enter the temple?
Kara, an excellent question.
Because
Holy
Tin
One,
Bitch down
please.
here's got a problem.
I say you must make her see reason.
As I've told Kalya here, there's a venture underway inside. The Free Expedition
attempted
Corps
theft.
is exploring a cave system that holds a temple of Aethys. There's an old man in there, calls himself the Oracle. I guess he's got something they want.
So yeah, an attempted
And
theft
uncouth pilgrims will only get in the way.
of your burglary.
Your expedition has been gone 3 days, Sejuan. I say they are dead.
You hope they are dead. I'm here at Afric's request.
The boy made it back to the embassy. I half expected him to kick off on the way there.
He was badly injured
Charming, isn't
and
she, this
breathing
woman?
his brother's wounds. I say it is good news.
Sure. Until the Inquisitor hears he abandoned his men to go crying for his mum.
Quietly slink away while they're arguing. Who's this Inquisitor?
Inquisitor Ludwig.
Oh, right.
You haven't had the pleasure?
Fortunately, no, not
She's
yet.
the ambassador's hunting dog, or he's her lapdog. Well,
Yeah, I
there's
think that's more
something
like it.
animal about her anyway. She leads the Steel Garrote. They're the enforcers around here. Eyes and ears everywhere.
Did she
You
just admit to being a
understand?
spy for them? Or a
Yenna,
snitch?
the expedition leader, told me it was the Inquisitor who tipped her off to this place.
Of course it was.
I guess Ludwig had squeezed the information out of some rebels she was interrogating.
A lot of that going around lately.
The old godlike who maintains the temple is supposed to have some kind of relic belonging to Aethys.
And given the Steel Garrote's particular allegiances, yeah. Okay, I see the through line. I gotta say, I'm surprised there's still a temple to Aethys standing after the Saints' War. But there's no accounting for taste.
It's kind of not. Anyway, we've already covered this. So yeah, the Steel Garrote don't like Aethys because they're Boudica aligned and nuts. So they want to set somebody else on the temple to, you know, bring it down and rob the guy in there because then they don't have to take the blame for it. And they get their ends achieved. You let me pass or what?
You will let him go and not me? I see.
Who said I was letting him go?
I'm getting tired of her. Shut up.
Yes, sir.
Now, you.
The expedition team entered through the cave just past here. They planned for a day's journey, but they've been gone for more than 3. Something must have held them up. Our freak mentioned traps and earthquakes and...
The Oracle who maintains the temple is a godlike of Aethys. So there is no telling what he is capable of.
I'm curious to see what he
They were
looks like,
carrying
actually.
a lot of tools and weapons with them, so be on your guard. And Envoy, thanks. I know our freak will appreciate you looking into this.
Anyone would do the same.
Yeah, well, you're not just anyone. You're a friend of the Emperor, and that means something.
Get your tongue out of
Hey,
my arse.
Good luck out there.
Go back and do your laundry, because clearly that's what she was doing beforehand.
You have pestered me enough.
Well, when I'm done, you'll be able to go in and see the guy, and I'll put a stop to my countrymen's bad behaviour, because clearly they're being rather contemptible. Nice little meadow going on up there and stuff. Travel to Athosian Temple. The Pogruner subculture of Atapau. I can't even say that. A particular group of mountain dwarves. Ooh, this is cool looking. Within these dialogues, there's always a short person and a tall person, and the short one always has the attitude. well, they both had a bit of attitude there, to be fair. But, yeah, it's leaning into the short person stereotype a bit. On the other hand...
That spear looks Adyran, all right. Guess we're on the right track.
Something, smoke without fire. Ooh, look how pretty that is.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Something stirs here.
Interesting. We need a fighter mode, primarily, but in the short term, I'll take a toggle for the fucking... This is so annoying. Anyway. Bridge is all the way up there. I'll back up and get a slightly better view. Maybe if Kyle moves his arse. You buddy? I want to go and see about this, because there's a door here that required power. Can't quite get under there. That one's charged and working, this one is not yet. I don't see anywhere to get a charge onto that that's meant to be part of the mechanism. Fortunately, I can do this.
And Roth!
That's it. Door's open.
Oh dear.
They've seen us. You're mine now. Hey!
That was a cool finisher.
Now we know why the expedition team abandoned that puzzle.
Who's ready for more?
Well, being dead didn't stop those guys the first time. Hopefully it will the second. This is just wanton vandalism, really, isn't it? Book of Verses. It among the bright stars spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god and was afraid. "O wanderer, hear me," she spoke. "You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation." He wept, for he knew his sins lay bare before this great illumination. And Sargamis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. "Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him." Humkin knelt before him and resolved to save himself and asked what he must do. Mogden spoke. Her voice was like the songbird's final hymn, bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you, you must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Mogund, but Edenung warned him, saying, You have walked all these years in darkness and must now return. You'll find the path like treading fire, and at every step you will be tempted to turn away. But no harm will come to you if you keep your faith. So this is actually an old godless ruin that the Athosian godlike came in and converted to be a temple to Aethys. It was not originally that. Pretty cool.
Blood and a broken tripwire. Maybe Offric squad passed through here.
See neither blood nor a broken tripwire, but okay. Oh wait, there it is. Seems like they did something dumb if they got caught by it. Mind you, I'd have got caught by it as well. Good, very decent ladder, I need that. Very decent ladder, rather.
Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Rituals, whispers of searing light.
That is pretty freaking amazing. I think they might have discussed this prior to launch.
Want to sneak a fight?
Yes.
You take lead.
Fucker. Didn't do much damage, just enough to annoy me. Gave me a little prod, didn't he? Got him. Sneaky stab, yep. Fairly brief sneak and stab in this case. It's not proving to be particularly challenging to do. We'll use some crafting materials. I need to sell some of this stuff as well, really, but... what was the other thing I wanted? Oh yeah, I wanted to equip an ordinary grenade, didn't I? I've been a little on the unnecessary side, though. Did feel a little wasteful. Oh! Okay, so that's where we would have come if I hadn't detoured to the side. Right, okay. Interesting. It's a Carlad. Carlad, I find I can find no more use to put my talents to in our pitiless land, so I must go. The water freezes, I create art from it. The water melts, my art dissolves. The water freezes again, this cycle has once brought me peace. I looked upon my work and was comforted by its impermanence, and in the impermanence of all things, I took comfort in Rigmarand's promise of the end. Ooh. But even the ice carver is not impervious to the cold, and the new wind that blows from the north from Ocasio. From between the cracks in the in-between, it chills me to my bones. Ocasio cropped up as a name somewhere. There's something wrong in the world, and not even your bright smile can set the circle to rights. I head to the living lands. The vitality that fled my art is gathering there, condensing. Now a chill rises in the land. A great conflict is coming, and our master will need his harbingers at his side. If Vatnir returns, tell him to come. My love, I beg you, do not follow us. To serve our God most faithfully, I must believe you are still alive. So I don't know what he was doing here, but it probably wasn't a case of him being welcome here. Sorry, guy. Went right past me and hit him. Daily affirmations and focus sufficient. Watch out for the water. We've got the
Hold it
Zareps.
together, kid. We're nearly there.
All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, as long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Work hard, work well. Abaddon demands only honest labour and forthright service. All errors can be reforged if first intentions are pure. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft, excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all willing to learn. In so doing, multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties reforged into triumphs. Yeah, we get it. It's the god of the forge. You just rock and mushroom nearly threw me off the cliff there. Oh. How do we go forward from here? That's in an extremely annoying place. Aha, I see. Yeah, got it.
You're not my brother.
Ah, I'll be the injured guy.
I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead? Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Garlawain's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Oh dear, what a daft what a daft bastard. Okay, I've got to let this kid die. Can you help him? I am so tempted. Give him a healing potion, use Dream Touch to heal him, toughen up, I'm not wasting my supplies on you. Oh dear. sorely tempted. I mean, I've got to do it, really, haven't I?
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing? Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? Well, you had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explodes. I don't want to explode. Please help me.
No one explode. I feel like somebody's been drawing on Critical Role for ideas there. Let's use Dream Touch to heal him.
Oh, that's the creepiest sensation I ever felt in my life. Like vines were growing all through me.
If it works, don't question it. And look, your wounds are closing up already.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel.
Oh dear.
Who are you? What you doing down here?
Offric sent us after you. Where's the rest of your team? I'm an apparition, you never saw me. Are you with the Expedition Corps? Offric sent us after you. Offric.
He actually made it? I wasn't sure he'd come through. And he sent the Emperor's fucking envoy. Damn. Am I ever glad to meet you?
Focus. The Free Expeditions Corps. Where are they?
Right. Those assholes. They went on
Yes.
without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Admin. Honest. Oh, shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell Offric how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
Fiddling with his statue. That sounds like a euphemism, alright. I go and speak with the Oracle. Anything you need to know about the Oracle? Tell me about Yeda.
Our captain,
I think we're going to fall out with her.
I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Spit it out.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yeda's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly. And she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. And that's how I got hurt.
Guess that's his blood
Has she
back
been
there.
Short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah?
She's got the
At
Dreamscourge.
camp she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the Dreamscourge to me, Envoy.
Anything I need to know about the Oracle?
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Aethys, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Aethys has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's
Weird
old.
line coming from a guy who is
Anything
himself an elf.
They used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it in. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Aethys, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after all Aethys did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore.
Yeah. Let's go and speak with him then.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
Given the extent of your injuries, you probably would have done. I'll see you back in Paradise. Well, anyway, I should go. See you back in Paradise.
Right, yeah. Got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Yeah, well, they might not be by the time I'm done with them. Came down here to steal a relic of another religion, basically be borderline starting a religious war, from the sound of it, or kind of colonialist archaeology going on, instigated by somebody who is definitely in favour of starting religious
Seems like a
wars,
good kid.
namely
Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one
Ludwin.
of the honest girls with us. So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle. I say we head after him.
yeah, I do as well. Otherwise, well, They're getting themselves in the shit. History of the Living Lands. Oh, that's going to be a bit much. Actually, it's not that bad. The living lands do not exist, but certainly there is an island. Certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, and mountains. There are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, these do not these constitute the living lands. I will concede that they constitute a description of a continent. That this continent lies north of the equator, and it is a continent equidistant from Adyran and Empire. I concede this continent is real so long as you walk and I walk upon it. We call this island the living lands, but the living lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. The list of attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For the name to be real, it must have a history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its namer. But the living lands cannot be this island's name, because I have travelled its breadth, climbed its peak, and delved its countless depths, and I have discovered that the living lands has no name at all. Unless the words we use to describe this continent, the living lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have a meaning only they could comprehend, unless these words have a history only they could know, hence the necessity, the thisness of the place, was lost with them. Okay, so somebody is talking bollocks in favour of, in an attempt to sound smarter than they really are.
Quiet as the depths.
Something's up there, isn't it? When he's got his zapped in the face.
Good fight. I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Yeah, that looks suspiciously like it might have something to do with that Hydra Titan that Aethys was marching across Deadfire in the second game.
My brother, can it be?
Sargamis.
Come, stand in the light.
Interesting looking godlike.
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you...
His looks a little bit less creepy than mine.
Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamis, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
You named yourself after one of the early figures in the Thasian scripture? Looking for an expedition of my countrymen. Did I pass this way? I heard there was a temple of Aethys here. Did you build the statue? You really are a godlike. I should go. I'm going to take this one first. You named yourself after an early figure in the Thasian scripture?
Then Sargamis spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat
So we read about that
and
earlier.
force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him.
Well, you also have
I am
Child
that
of Light.
same Sargamis. though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution.
You're very
as
old then.
Harmka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants.
One of those things is true.
We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
Really are a godlike.
I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawntreader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Galawain came to speak with me.
Interesting.
And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours.
Because I'm not a godlike of Galawain, as far as we know. Okay. So we don't know who we are a godlike of, but yeah.
Ah, of course. I should not have assumed.
But yes, I think that's probably the case.
To speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Galawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you.
Well, that's not helpful then. Truthfully, I don't know either. Could it be Aethys? Could it be Aethys?
I'm afraid not. I do not feel the sympathetic resonance in our chimes.
I've no idea who is my patron.
My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you.
Oh, we shall
May
see.
I ask, as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you?
Revered was different from love, kept me in the way, kept their distance, ashamed of me, worried for me, endlessly, I felt like a burden. Why not telling you that? Oh, that's interesting. There's no yes answer in there. Cared for me in their way. I think that's probably the best one I've got. I don't think I want to go for any of the others. Cared for me in their way.
Even many kith untouched by gods are not so lucky.
True enough. There's a Aethan temple in this cave.
Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so.
Why would godlikes visit this temple, not temples to the patron god? Yeah, good question.
Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts.
Well,
We
he's
are
quite
the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a
little
man.
bit of ego
and
there.
I and our raptured brethren. We are the gods.
Okay, it's a lot of ego there.
themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding in a world determined to bend us to its purposes.
I wondered what purpose the Emperor had in naming me his envoy.
This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your Emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours.
Does he? Why do the godlike vanish from the world?
There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Eora have only just begun to argue.
Not many left, anyway.
But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war.
It's Kithor against each other. Against each other?
A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, brother. The only power there is to decide the fate of another and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it.
Interesting.
And Kith have lately grown very brave indeed.
Heard you're exceptionally old. That true? Seems to be the case.
What an impertinent question. Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adyr was founded. You might say my birth
It was a while ago.
the empire you now serve.
600 years. Okay. Must have witnessed some unbelievable things.
Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the Broken Stone War, the War of Black Trees, the War of Defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore.
Long time in the Deerwood. What made you stay?
The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers.
It's where the first game was set.
Bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colklin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go.
What a great start. Did you ever meet Wydwin?
Is that what they're calling him now?
Don't know.
I heard the man that was Wydwin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice. To have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewin. Pitiable Widewin. I grieve for what became.
Interesting. Do you wish it had been you?
God help me. I do.
So why exactly haven't you died yet?
That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die.
If that's talk to you.
In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant
quite verbose, this
murmur
fella.
in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard.
You afraid to die?
Not anymore.
Let's ask about something
Be my
else.
guest.
I've been hearing a voice in my head since I arrived on the island. Could it be my god?
I suppose it's not impossible, but the gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and mind before, well, before we even have a notion of I at all. I am sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me, this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god?
Be a relief to know who I am. I want to know I'm not going mad. If it's not my god, I don't know what else it could be. I don't know what else it could be. I don't know. I'm not going. Not entirely trust, but I'm kind of taking a certain amount on faith. Be a relief to know who I finally am. I think would work.
I am afraid that not even your god may tell you that. Answering that question is the soul's true purpose. It is the work of your life. And I suspect neither you nor I will ever know for certain.
No, but it might
We can
present a
only
piece of the
remain
puzzle,
open to
mightn't it?
Curiosity and willing to be surprised.
It's not my god. I don't know what else it could be.
Other than a symptom of madness, you mean? You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the sending of an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithin make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the Dreamscourge. Whatever this
Possible.
voice is,
Seems unlikely,
I
though.
suspect only an expert in souls can say.
Look, did you build this statue?
Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years. Hewn by my own hands from stone in Adyran, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my god.
Why a statue?
And not a library. A clinic. Something that might bring a greater good into this benighted world.
Stone and Ardra, he's up to something.
I leave such projects to the children of Helia, Margarin, even Wal in their way. No, the statue is what my lord deserves. A graven image for a remorseless god. Cold as winter light, distant as the tallest peaks of the White March. Fit only for he who stares at history and does not blink.
I'm looking for an expedition of my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs, the works.
I am familiar with the concept. Tomb raiding and the like.
Yes.
What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous.
Yeah, I think you're playing cards close to your chest, buddy.
It is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is?
He's supposed to have a big-ass shiny sword, as well as some other relics, so I'm curious. Do you expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
A relic you're rumoured to have, and I call bullshit on this.
The splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
What is this relic exactly?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Interesting. And where do you keep it? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh no. I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet
I'm suspicious
your
of this guy.
expedition along the way.
I'll be back before you say 10 praise Aethys. I'm going to poke around here first. I'll return shortly.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
So yeah, he's trying to tell me that his statue is just a reliquary. Yeah, in Deadfire, I'm not going to pull any levers right now. Aethys embodied an Ardra statue and marched across the Deadfire archipelago, apparently. And there's all of these devices attached to what he claims is just a reliquary. I think he's trying to channel the spirit of Aethys into this statue, using the relic to do it. I'm inclined to think that if he is a godlike of Aethys, which seems to be true, and a long-standing... Oh, he's got a nice sword, but it's only a one-hander. Yeah. Long-standing disciple, I suppose, of Aethys, then he's probably the one who should have control over the relic. But at the same time, and I'm definitely not in favour of having it stolen from him, but what's he going to do with it is what I want to know. Sargamis, it's been some time since your last correspondence. I do hope you're still well. Have the materials and spare equipment from my lab proven reliable? You know how temperamental and finicky old equipment gets. I swear these machines have souls of their own. But I digress. I look forward to hearing the latest news about your progress. I have no doubt the completion of your project will change the world, and knowing you, it will certainly be for the better. Yep, this doesn't sound like a reliquary to me. That I have had a part to play fills me with joy and satisfaction. Perhaps one day they shall write about us. I can see it now. The Oracle and the Visionary, a titillating tale of two thinkers and their thoroughly thought-provoking theories. On second thought, the Oracle and the Visionary will surprise. Waiting your response, your friend Vitor. P.S. It's good that I forgot to send this after it dried. All the rest could be very cross with me if I did not relay one more thing. That he is, I quote, rather looking forward to Sargamis's oversized animat, giving Sargamis's oversized animat proper thrashing if he ever gets it functional. Yeah. That basically tells me he wants that thing to come to life and basically be a vessel, presumably, for Aethys. The Adyran expedition went missing while exploring the temple. Offric, one of the expedition scouts, asked you to discover what became of his team. Find the expedition team. Descended into the temple in search of a holy relic. Entered the temple from the Pilgrim's Path trail located somewhere north in Dawnshore. Stood to win an Adyran card, keeping outside, watch outside. Said the expedition team brought supplies and weapons into the cave system. Expected a trial. Found signs of recent passage in the cave system. Muddy footprints, triggered traps. Could be the Adyrans. Found Cadman? Injured scout in the Godless Ruins. He said the expedition went deeper into the cave system, healed him, sent him back to the embassy. Seen no sign of the expedition, but you know they came to the temple in search of a relic, which the Oracle has told you is housed deep in the temple. Perhaps you'll find the expedition team in the depths. Optional, retrieve the relic. He's told you he's constructed a statue of Aethys and needs a relic called the Splinter of Aethys to complete the design. Asks you to retrieve it. Yes. I do not believe a word of what he's saying. Well, no, I believe many words of what he's saying. I just think he's not being honest about what that statue is going to do or what his intentions are.
The bridge is out, but that looks like the way to the relic.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see, but my theory currently is that he intends to try and put the spirit of Aethys into the statue and then he can commune with his god again. Big old theory, anyway. There's something up there. This, travel to Dawnshore. Okay, this is a secret back exit. It doesn't require me to come down the Pilgrim's Path and stuff. It's a Skyrim door. In short. Well, that's the Splinter. And it really does look like it's going to power this giant statue, doesn't it? Lots of booze. Sargamis's journal. He's gone, but still with me. What form should a reliquary take that is fit to hold the Splinter? Were I in High Crown still, in Adir, I would petition the church for ivory, gems, gold. For this remnant of his holy body is worth all the wealth of the Empire and more. Being as I am sequestered here, I will make do instead with the wealth of the land. Granite from the tallest peaks, clay from fertile riverbeds, trunks of the most aged trees. I must work without ceasing till it is done. Memory of my lord cannot endure delay. He's beginning to take shape. I thought the first... Was that... same year. I thought at first sanctuary would be appropriate, temple within this temple of the goddess, but when I prayed over my plans for the building's construction, I received a vision of Aethys' Titan, yep, as it has existed in his time, but that's the physical body. Body of flesh and bone, hundreds of feet tall, astride the land with the pantheon at its side, facing down the forces of chaos like 11 colossal ships of the line. What crisis manifested them and inspired them to act? I know not, but I shall remake him as he was in my own fashion. A year later. He is complete, but the statue I've made is inert, lifeless, dull. The work of my hands does not dignify the splinter. There is something deficient in it, and in me. I must begin again. He is made anew. The effigy is formed from granite, clay, and wood still, but they shelter now a precious Ardra core. It glimmers even in the low light of the cavern's ceaseless evenings. He brings the dawn to this penumbral place as the light of his attention once brought to my soul. In the Empire, they celebrate spring's dawn today, or would have prior to the Saints' War. I wonder, what of him remains beyond the disillusion of Ticazio? Still need to remember where the fuck that place is. I long to be with him again. What if I did not have to wonder? I wonder whether or not Aethys is whispering in his mind in a similar way to the voice is whispering to us. It's a freaking cool location, though. Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion this is not going to end well. It's like Indiana Jones vibes here. Reminder, source fresh lumber. Niall only seems to be able to source rotten lumber. The contemptible stuff cannot withstand the damp of this cavern. I must find someone who can fell and hew fresh trees, or my fragile generators will be at the mercy of Zorips. Little bastards are remarkably curious. Let me guess, he wants me to get the shard, stick it in there, and then power up his big-ass statue. In the hopes that he can become, what, rejoin his god, become one with his god, send his god on another mad-ass rampage. Some combination of those things. Whoa! That wasn't the plan. Managed to cast with the wand there without actually having the wand out because I pressed the buttons too quick. History of the Living Lands 2, Lacuna. What are we to make of the absence of the inhabitants from the Living Lands? I think often of the hundreds of years I spent in the Eastern Reach. In all my time there, never once were the ruins of Ingwith out of my sight. A trio of their standing stones looming from the peak of a nearby hill through my bedroom window, and the long shadows of their machines fell every day over my church. The roads we trod were their roads, and the walls that divided our land were their walls. Their temples became our markets, our fields were littered with their tools. No mountain or river nor forest could stop their building, and with their technology they mastered the world. Did they? The Ingwithans laid the foundation of Eora. We, the living, are merely skin atop their bones, but they never made it to the Living Lands. How can that be so? Any number of reasons it might be so, to be honest. Something as simple as lack of interest. Maybe they didn't know it was there. I don't know what their sailing ability was like. Alright, onward.
This reminds me of the Strangle Road. But how is anything this big going all the way down here?
Good question. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Sargam is there. Ooh, Clay Tablet. He's voiced by Matt Mercer as well. In one of his roles that sounds less like him than some do. Sometimes voices are easier to recognise than others, and unlike poor fellow who voices Kai here, whose voice is so damn distinctive you can't fail to recognise it. Clay Tablet's inscribed with flying vertical script in a language you've never seen before. Ilhesia Izuha Liu Yedes Rageda Migari Head Seapai and Witan. So it looks almost a Gwithin. Some machines down here. The remains of them. See what's up here. Before we press on. More machines. He's dealing with an animancer who's sending an old gear his way, hasn't he? Oh, this is cool looking. Waterlogged book. Writing in time is dense as spider who advances across the page at a sprint, as if the author's pen had been enchanted with a spell for celerity. Whatever muse ensorcelled it will never be real, however, for the book's fragile pages disintegrate in your hands. Nice. True stories from the living lands. Trolls, insects, plants. Okay. I'm reading a bit of lore, but there's an excessive lore dump here. The Great Western Stag. Story of Aethys and Hunter from the look of it. Really? Nothing's off the search for Xion. From the collected journals of Wanamora Wave Chaser. The Ranga's men came to collect my portion of the prize share this morning. I had nothing to give them again. Make no money for that tribe, though I'm always in my little ferry boat, the Grey Gull, carving through the waves. Nights I get no sleep. Ritaro asked me to conserve a lamp oil to come to bed, but I can't, not until I find it. I know it's out there, the lost city of Xion. On every chart and map of the dead fire I've found, whether Huana, Valian, or Roatan, there's a gap, an empty space where much of our history should be. Did it burn to ash and cinders in the cataclysm? Did it sink below the waves? Does Nagati clutch it to a breast at the bottom of the sea? Perhaps it's lost and wandering like me. Unmoored, looking for a home it can't remember, but for which some incessant longing burns in its chest. An ember always smouldering, a little fire to push it on. Ritaro wants me to give up, but how can I? On mornings when the sky is so clear I can hardly catch my breath for the beauty of it, I think I see it out there, shimmering in the brightening blue light. Is it a taunt or a beacon? Would I be able to tell the difference? I asked the fisher folk and when they returned with the catch, did you see anything? Or how about you? They avoid me now. Ritaro says they're busy, but I know they think I'm tired, sick, and sun-addled. The way Pierre's lip curls in disgust when I approach, the way Tiberi's eyes seem right through me, I know. They won't have to suffer much longer, because tomorrow I'm taking Grey Gull and sailing north, so someone has to chase the old tales, so I will. Odin Reaper. I haven't tried Fable, so I haven't got that comparison from myself, but yeah, it does have some good mechanics. Spellcasting I'm enjoying. My other character's using a two-handed sword. I'm really enjoying that as well. That's been cool. I could also say that I'm enjoying... or I'm interested rather in... If I was to do a third build, I'd probably do an all-pistol build, which would be quite fun, I think. Like dual-wield pistols, maybe. Probably. And then maybe have a backup of an arquebus for long-range stuff. And also the Pargrinan. All about... Okay. It was in the time of Eredale sure-footed. We came to Kilobound earlier, the ancient place for the builders, as the locals call them. Marvellous sight drawing the mountain framed by a pair of ghoulish aspects. This must be their city. Through some exercise, trickery, or cunning, Eredale was able to gain access for our scholars that we might observe and record what lay inside. Foundry of sorts, like of which we'd never seen. Through careful observation, we surmise ancients used this to extract souls and transfer them to suits of armour. He wants to put himself into that bloody statue, if not Aethys, because he wants to make sure he doesn't die. Because he thinks he's going to die, I think. Delicate challenge of work, the scale he had achieved left us humbled and astounded. Perhaps remarkable were the golems, living suits of armour powered by essence. We lost two of our fellows to the creatures that caused us unawares, but subdued them and they proved fascinating. All too aware that our hosts would never again allow us nor other curious travellers to visit this place, we took meticulous notes and measurements of all we saw, forsaking bread and sleep until work was done. We reported to Edrahil, whereupon we praised our work, and he urged us quickly forward, for if such a place lay abandoned in the forest, who could say what mysteries of gods and kith have left in this strange and wild land? Yeah, you can literally do anything with any basic type of build. I think if you wanted to, when you get later into the game, you can start getting rid of, use the respec thing to get rid of certain abilities and start swapping them out from other things to build some kind of hybrid thing if you want. Potentially using quite a bunch of different high-level abilities, which would be cool. God strip us of who we are and every turn about the mail, wheel mercilessly shaving off all we've learned with their divine lashes. We retain pale shadows of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, it's all cut away. If the gods fear we might rival their strength, if not. Choose their Glanpath possess souls as strong as any kith, and their entangle roots extend for miles. We dig beneath them, follow the roots, and you see they don't end, but lead to a neighbour. Many souls sharing one body. Why shouldn't kith be able to do the same? A limb grafted from one tree. Oh, he wants to share the soul with him, become one with Aethys and inside that statue then, perhaps. Something about being a Margaronite. And well, there's a lot of lore. It's just a bit too much for me to kind of dig through right now.
Coming in hot.
Seem to have a lot of game to destroy in those that I can see. Yeah, I'm enjoying it as well. Dear word and proliferation of animancy. Those in prayer. It's a freaking long prayer. And the sun shall break through the darkness, the new dawn arriving with the rebirth of the day. Rejoice, all you who dwelleth in the shadow, who are broken and beaten. Winter soon comes to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing light and life to the world. Radiant light, radiant life, then thy soul shall find warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night and ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring the light. If thou art sinful, thou shalt be reborn. And if thou art cold, the warmth shall bolster thee. How canst I, so lowly and worn, speak the words of proper adulation? Thine eyes whose gaze sees the sin in me, and yet still shows the love. Thine hands whose grip pulls me out of darkness. Thine eyes listening to my every prayer. Ears, rather. Thy heart bright as the dawn, giving me warmth when I am raw. Aethys, light of spring, son of the world, thou givest life and purpose. If her heart be black, thine intention be impure, thy life is forfeit. For he hath seen, and he can see. He will see, nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world, nothing hidden from his sight. If thou dost work in the dark, thou wouldst keep thine actions hidden, thou shalt be burned in the sun of the new dawn. Day comes, prepare for the dawn, nothing is hidden from his reach. Yeah. Statue schematic. Drawing details plans for the creation of a large statue powered by essence. Essence intended to be injected into the statue by an array of animatic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from and what a statue would do with it is unclear. Probably gonna come from the relic.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Doom as well, Reaper, but I don't suppose I'm going to be able to run that. Rather expect it to be a bit too demanded.
I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time.
Who did? Purification of the Pilgrim. I hope that coming to this place standing by the splinter, turning my mind over to prayer would feel something. I'd experience the solace of the godlike speak of, this statue they call grace, this state they call grace. My dreams remain silent in it as this eerie godless tomb, and I am ashamed to feel lonesome and bereft. Truly, to truly love the gods is to be faithful to the void. That is what the oracle tells me. If I look outside myself to the here and now, for that is which I desire, I will always remain unsatisfied. I must go down into myself to still wide emptiness and discover that I already have everything I need. Seeking solace in the absence, in the face of the god's absence, I guess. Damn it, not loaded. There's no way to indicate whether or not it is loaded or not, which sucks. Oh my god, that's a really big beetle. Ooh. To use a big ass stun on it. Or a stun finisher, which is quite cool. Another chamber to get through there.
I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violets. Essence twisted out of shape.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the wand, to be honest. I'd like to see a cooler alternative to the wand for like a magic-based conventional attack. I know it's obviously backed up by the grimoire, but you know, some kind of smaller thing where you can just sling magic through a slightly more interesting alternative means. I know it's consistent with what they've established in the previous games, wands and rods and scepters and things, but I still think there's a better way to do it, or a more interesting way to do it. Good stuff there. Yeah, definitely a bit of Dreamscourge in there. How am I supposed to get up there then? Couple of maybe ideas. I mean, for lack of a better idea,
Make worth and rob!
didn't seem to achieve much right now. Yeah, some of the effects are quite fun with it, but it's a little too
The pulse,
predictable.
pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
Consecration prayer. With the sleeping of his precious body, we commemorate our most glorious God with all his saints. Let us commend ourselves and one another and our whole life to Aethys Dawntreader. For this holy house, for those who one enter it with faith, reverence, and fear of our God, we consecrate this temple in his name. Aethys have mercy on our souls. Oops. It's gorgeous, though.
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kind of nice.
I'm going to have to come back and hit that in a minute to progress, but... yeah, to open that gate from the look of it.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it, can it?
No, and there's no sign of the expedition yet. Nor any explanation as to why what's-his-name couldn't get through here. The priest guy. Saga miss.
And rob!
Good eyes.
Is that charged up? Where's the next one? Don't see any sign of it in there. Yeah, way too easy. Oh, there. Dumbass.
Make worth and rob!
Ooh, hello, sarcophagus. Interesting. Much good crafting materials. There's a barred door there that I can't get to. I feel like I probably want to. I'm going to take it. This guy's coming to life, or something's coming to life in there, and opening that door from the inside, isn't it? I've got such a... Oh, hello. Another room.
Said anything about spaces.
History of the Living Lands 4 redacted. Every page of this book's painted black except for the very last, which features a large drawing of an unusually ornate key and a note written in runes of an unknown language. Beneath them, someone scribbled, "How do the agents keep finding my work? They've already defaced 3 versions of this volume alone. I don't know what they find so objectionable about my theories on the meaning of godless language. I'm done rewriting it. You bastards win no more. No bothers being amended by my measured hand, likely sometime after the first rate. I've completed my notes regarding the inscription from Ocasio with a script on the intact clay tablet in my lab and realised that they share several shapes in common. I may be able to make some headway in translating this if I can find an expert in the godless." Another amendment follows. That too has been mostly blacked out. Near the end of the redaction, paint suddenly runs off the edge of the page and a splash of blood stains the margins. All you can make out is a pair of shaky sentences circled several times. Yiz, could that mean God? Add some credence to my theory that these godless are not in fact godless, and the person being who's godlike we are might be the god of this land that was worshipped by the ostensibly godless. That's cool. Alright. What could possibly go wrong?
The false idol. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber.
Speak to operate. Oh crap. That was fun. Oh, Godless Executioner, that's interesting. I don't think so, buddy. Nice try. Oh, and still they come.
Let me catch my breath. Xion seek. Then raw.
Who's ready for more?
Whew. That was fun. Let's have that. Great sword. A lot of my spell power back from there. Interesting. It sure worked, yeah. Went well, that fight. Bum. Alfred will want to know what happened here. Find him outside the embassy. Yeah, eventually. Optional. Continue searching for the Adyran expedition. You found no sign of them in the temple depths. Removing the splinter from its plinth that caused the ruin to flood. The expedition is still alive down there. Better find them quickly. Return to the Oracle. Found the splinter deep in the complex. Deliver it to the Oracle to help him keep its statue. I could have left it there, apparently. Although, where the heck else I can go? Oh, now it's flooded out here. I can probably progress. So it looks like I had to... So I could find it and leave it and walk away.
That earthquake must have knocked something loose. Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
Yeah, I see that now. If you're trapped and the waters are rising... Oh, I fucked it. Oh, I made it actually. I don't know how, but I did. How's my inventory look? Yeah, fine. Leave it as is for now. Also an up there option, which I don't know if this is the right way. I'm guessing it's probably not, but I am curious. Yeah. Give me something good. Probably won't with it glowing blue, but I really need something glowing gold that has good stuff in it. Yay, what could possibly go wrong? So there's that way and there's this way. Which one seems like the right one? It's a different colour. I wondered if there's something to it, but it doesn't look like it. Purple glowiness coming up from below. So we've got this, which I don't know that I want to go down there. In for time, fine. Suspiciously easy.
he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place?
Yeah. I was somewhat wondering that myself. Oh, I think I know roughly where we are. Okay. Back near the start, okay.
Something's not right here. Take a look around.
And we have the very dead-looking expedition. Gedda's Journal. Well, I did not think, on the Binding of Souls, I didn't think they were going to have met a good end. And I'm not very sympathetic. I mean, she probably had Dreamscourge, so some of her problematic nature is not entirely her fault. But she still came here to steal a relic from another religion for no good reason. So they've been burning bodies in there for a while. Margins of the text scribbled with notes and references and ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. On the Binding of Souls. Removal and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There's evidence that Engwithans were particularly adept at this, yet few details survived them. What is known is that removal of a soul is a difficult process and one requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul successfully removed, the essence dissipated before it could be captured. The words transfer to holding vessel are written and underlined in the margin. This requires conductive materials, copper and Ardra specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner with no distortions or breakage. That's what a flood is about. Warped soul is at best useless, at worst unpredictable. Arrow points from paragraph 2 of scrunched up note. Extraction pool in CR 18 foot deep, 18 foot wide by 3 foot deep. We've mastered the process of total transference and seen benefits of infusing forged work with the essence of animals and wilder. What remains to be seen is whether or not we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kith, where we would procure appropriate subjects, and how much personality and autonomy we would want to leave intact in such cases. String of notes winds around below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, and ending with forged guardians in block letters. Words crossed out, below them is written, but what of the divine soul? It sounds more and more like he's trying to put himself and or the bloody spirit of Aethys into this statue. So what's Gedda's Journal got? Stealth Archer Assassin. It's a certainly doable build, Steve. How's it going? So I'm enjoying the Spellcaster. I'm enjoying playing on my other save a two-handed sword-wielding individual. And I would like to try a dual pistol one build at some point as well. Well, you can also do kind of hybrid builds. It definitely has the facility for that. New orders came from Adyran today. Were to be sent to the Living Lands. The Diplomatic Corps has established an embassy in the port city of Paradise and needs support cataloguing unusual ruins. No doubt it will take months, perhaps a year or two at the very least. I promised Rudwin I'd be in High Crown to celebrate Enestu with him and the children, especially since it'll be Miri's coming of age, but how often you give them the opportunity to lay the foundation of study for a previously undiscovered ancient culture? I'm sure he'll understand, and Miri, well, I think my daughter will be glad I'm gone. It's not like the gods are making new continents, the world is getting smaller every day. It always seems as though the moment I finally get my sea legs, we're pulling into harbour, and a charming harbour it is, despite what Darren told me, and not nearly as dangerous as the clerks in High Crown warned. I swear on the Queen, half my countrymen resent any city that isn't the Emperor's purely on principle. There was a letter waiting for me when I arrived at the embassy. I suppose Rudwin sent it before I left. The cowards filed for dissolution of our marriage, but he couldn't muster the stones to tell me to my face. Oh, wonderful. Let him assume it never arrived, for I certainly won't dignify it with a reply. This whole episode has given me a blinding headache and a horrible pinching sensation behind the eyes. Interesting. So she abandoned the family to go out and work, skipping her kids coming of age, so 18th or whatever. And it was clearly the final straw for the husband, who sent a message off to dissolve the marriage, but apparently did so before she left because it was waiting when she arrived at the other end. So, yeah, he does sound like a bit of a... Either she's a head case or he's, yeah, a bit of a coward. We've had a few days to settle into life at the embassy while the powers that be argue about how best to make use of us. While I was resting, Ambassador's clerk took the scouts to a dreadful little swill house in the rough part of town. Naturally, a couple of the younger lads poisoned themselves with alcohol. The mother in me wants to be furious, but I can hardly muster the energy. As long as Offric's avoiding his stomach in the canals instead of the bunkhouse, it's not my business. I think I'll take a team to Fort Northreach to see if we can't help their archivist identify the purpose of the godless ruins there. Blessed New Year. The team acquitted themselves well at the fort. With Cadman's help, I was able to get down into the basement of the ruins there and get a good look at the construction. Naturally, I left notes I took at the fort. I feel like I can hardly even think these days. I believe I remember enough of what I learned to write a satisfactory report for the ambassador. Could those ruins have been the site of a fertility temple? I mean, goodness, look at the shape of the buildings. Where are we? There we are. Stilgrot Inquisitor attached to the embassy has uncovered a room of a holy relic in a cave here at Dawnshaw. She suggested we might want to investigate. I know I should be eager to get down there to explore, but I've hardly been able to get out of my bedroll since we returned to Paradise. I bet there's a cursed tablet with my name on it in Ridwin's temple installed with my name. I bet there's a cursed tablet with my name on it that Ridwin, her ex-husband, installed at the Temple of Skane back in High Crown. Nothing else could explain the hideous nightmares I've been having. Dreamscourge. Mushrooms erupting from my skin. Eyes replaced with quivering stalks. Mary turning into a tree. Ridwin spitting in hair and opening like a flower. Okay. No matter what drug I take or which girl I pray, they refuse to go away. I collapsed when we were gearing up in the market, and none of the merchants would help me off the ground. One of them muttered something about a soul plague and ran off to tell his mates. I tried to tell the man I wasn't sick, just going through a divorce, but I couldn't speak. It was like my tongue had turned to mud. Inquisitor pulled me aside when the boys got back to the embassy. She was able to press the locals for more about the relic. Apparently, it was taken from Aethys' Titan skeleton, very one I made my reputation discovering. And it's well known for its ability to heal anyone who holds it. I can't delay any longer. I must find it. So that's why she wanted to find it. One of the reasons.
Expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here? They can't have come the same way we did. We swam here. What's stranger is there's not a scratch on them. No sign of what killed them. It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
Saving the pennies, Steve. It's not a bad idea. No, Cat definitely did not run off with the dog. Cat was around here a minute ago. Cat may have run off. It was here a minute ago. There were definitely no dogs. Seen something before in the creation of animats. Plans in the Oracle's workshop are too complicated for a simple statue. They remind me of the bodies of the godlikes who died a few years ago. I think the Oracle could have killed them. Let's not waste time speculating. Seen something like this before in the creation of animats.
I've heard of those, but I've never seen one. They're suits of armor brought to life by bound souls, right?
There's the socials.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right?
I think the Oracle's... Could the Oracle's plan have something to do with Aethys' vanishing at Icazio? I guess that was where a relevant place for Deadfire from second game then.
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Icazio. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth. Or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
This is going to be interesting. That's my big theory. I think he wants to put himself, at the very least, and possibly Aethys as well, into that statue. Regain contact with his god as an animated statue, probably inspired by what happened at Deadfire. There'd be a bit more context to the background here, I think, if I'd played the previous games through. Played the beginning of the first one, that's about it. First third of it, maybe. But,
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness?
good
I don't
question.
know what this guy's capable of, but I've got your back.
This is gonna be interesting and possibly alarming. I don't think I want to give him the thing, because whatever he's doing, it seems dodgy AF. But I don't want to... Well, I feel bad about taking the relic from another religion, of which he is like, basically the High Priest. But at the same time, I definitely have no rights to it. But if I give it to him, he's going to stick it in there, and all hell's going to break loose, probably.
There you are.
Kind of curious how this is going to pan out.
Worried.
Good bad sword, though. Certainly one-hander.
You have been gone some time.
Yes.
Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
Found the bodies of the expedition team in the workshop. Did you kill them? Have your relic? There was an earthquake and the place flooded. I must have misplaced it. One moment. Found the bodies of the expedition team. Care to explain?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As
Oh,
to
dear.
whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive.
Oh dear.
In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus
Oh, yes.
was mine.
I mean, I'm not massively sympathetic in some ways. Like, I think she wanted to heal, but at the same time, the expedition was basically planning to take this relic, and not going there for any kind of reverent reason. And so, yeah. So ultimately, they're not a great bunch themselves, but he is as bad, if not worse. Probably worse. Soul on the wheel is broken into its constituent parts. The person's soul once constituted is gone. You put the souls in the statue, huh? You're going to put the souls in the statue, aren't you? Yeah, because he was going to store them first, wasn't he? We read about that. Why? You're a monster. Can't let you live. Well, I was probably going to end up there anyway. Arcane Scholar. Because I can.
If one were to take your narrow-minded view, and the expedition had encountered the wheel, then yes, they would be dead. But their souls are not bound for the wheel. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part
Literally.
of something larger than themselves. Their essence is held safe within my devices, and with your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god.
It's godlike's responsibility to hold their god accountable. How do you expect to redeem Aethys? He's probably done some dodgy shit. By making them prisoners. Why? What could possibly be the point? How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I mean, yes, but I'm not going to give it to him, I don't think.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do.
Yep, he's going to try and bring his god
If
back in the
I
statue.
am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience.
So he does intend to hold him to account, I see.
Finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done.
So he's immensely angry at what his god did,
All that
okay.
is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest.
Thing is, at the cost of the expedition, who were dodgy in their ideas of right and wrong anyway, because they wanted to just steal the artifact from another religion. How do you think there's no way this will work? What will happen if your god abandons his domain in the beyond? What will happen if your god abandons his domain in the beyond? So I can go for all of these, and I think this is the two choices.
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there.
Interesting.
Or it will mean that I have failed. You see, my brother, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness. So
Well, he was supposed to be a god of redemption, Aethys.
repent.
And he did some stuff that was really not in line with what he's supposed to stand for. Kai, what do you think?
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses and Deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea.
I'm not inclined to think
I
it's a good
can't
idea.
imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
There's no way this will work.
Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent, and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose, floating through the beyond.
You
It
seem
is that
very, very
wisp
certain about
I
something you
capture.
can't possibly have experienced. Absolutely bloody not am I going to do this, because this is not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go.
I see. Why?
If he is successful, then he imprisons the gods in the statue. And the question is, will it begin to repent under the pressure of the souls trapped with it? Well, probably not. They're dodgy souls to begin with, because some of the stuff they've been up to. Their desire to just, steal the relics of other civilizations that we know about, and other religions, for their own goals. More likely, Aethys will remain Aethys, and you will end up with potentially some third conflict. It just seems like he could do what he thinks will happen, but I really don't see that as being a likely outcome. Can't help you bring Aethys back to the world. He's too dangerous. Yup. Animancy. Don't really care that animancy's forbidden. Don't want to help you. That's reason enough. You killed innocent people to advance your own sick goals. It's too dangerous. It's not going to go the way he thinks either.
Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse.
Yeah, I guess we're going to see about that, won't we? Let's not be hasty.
I do not wish to pursue violence, but I will if I must. This is the work of my life. Now, the relic, if you please.
I am sorry, you mad bastard, but I cannot be party to your insane idea. It's a sliver of a chance it goes the way he thinks, and a lot more ways in which this is horrific. And even if it goes the way he thinks, there's still a bunch of people who are nonetheless people trapped and bound in a statue for eternity. And that's not exactly a kindness to them either. Mind you, the alternative may be annihilation, so I don't know. But ultimately, I don't think this is something I can agree to, so I guess we're going to have to do this, aren't we?
If it must come to this, so be it.
Take your best shot. Then raw. Another down.
couldn't he have just stuck to sculpture?
Hear us.
Ooh.
Follow us. We would speak to you.
Thought I might die there, but I did not. Circle around him and hit him with magic and magic and magic. What happened to us being brothers? Well, I didn't give him what he wanted. Let's get myself healed up a bit. Ah, big old Ardra pillar over there, okay. Fireblight minion, okay, interesting. And there is the last light of day, a one-handed unique sword. With pretty decent physical damage and stun. Killing an enemy restores some of your health and does bonus fire damage. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, if you want to be a sword and board type, that would be a pretty freaking cool weapon. But not for me here. I'm a whiz. Well, in some ways, almost anticlimactic to do that, but I can't see that any other decision is viable. Although I am tempted to see what the alternative is.
We sense weight on you. Essence. Yes, we know this melody. A part of the statue, a piece that yearns for its true place.
Back in the statue, I would assume.
Join soul into body. Let it sing for us.
Fuck no! For the broken statue, will something happen? Don't know if I do that. Why do you want me to do that? Why would you want me to do that?
It dreams in colors we have never seen.
Fuck no.
Would we use it? We cannot know. It must be complete.
Will something happen if I do that?
Feast? Famine? We could not say. The Adyran dulls our mind. We sense an acorn. Possibility.
No thanks.
Dear Rose, where does it stop? We do not control its feet. But hurry. The roots twist. The earth heaves underneath the stone. The eaves cannot hold.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Wants me to go up there and do the thing. I think that's absolutely insane to do that. Completing the statue. Well, I've just done all of this to refuse to do it. To go ahead after I've killed that guy and create the statue. The only reason I'd do that would be if I wanted to see how this panned out, but I also wanted his sword. No. I am not doing that. After everything we've done to prevent what I suspect will be a bloody catastrophe if that statue comes to life. Not on this save, anyway. You want to see what happens? Well, you have to try it out on your own save, won't you? Yeah, the voices request is just a little bit more... They're all a little bit alarming. The way I'm playing my other character is even less trustful of the voice. Like, she just does not fucking trust the concealed motivations of the voice at all. Whereas this character is a bit iffy about the whole thing. Is willing to go along with things and take personal risks when it's potentially worth doing. But not at the cost of, you know, doing something that seems...
That statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
Yeah, he's not, this character is not going to do stuff that seems outright insane. Incomplete lecture. How do I live if there is no consolation? When he left the world, it was emptied of divinity. I'm now slave to desire for it. I'm unmoored from space and time, body persisting until it's gone. Nothing Is that what he wanted me to become? God, the golem could be a tad bit alarming, but you do it for shits and giggles. Yeah. I mean, I am curious. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. But this character is... interestingly, I feel like playing a spellcaster, doing experiments like that would kind of line up a bit more. But, yeah, like the way I'm playing this guy is willing to take risks on himself, but not necessarily throw sense to... not willing to throw sense out of the window, you know? Sink Widewind, farmer become god. With the mention of the name Widewind, most folks think of only one thing, one word, Godhammer. Well, the event echoes through the ages, and is still felt years after the destruction of Evan Dwyer Bridge. Widewind's humble beginnings belie the powerful force he would grow into. Widewind lived an unassuming life in a remote area of Raid Ceres, the son of Vorlas farmers. He toiled in the fields alongside his father for 22 years until his father's death. The farm then fell to him to run. He considered selling, but had no other skills upon which to draw, so he set on the path of a Vorlas farmer as well. Nothing of note was recorded in Widewind's life until 4 years later. One day, while working the fields, his life was irrevocably changed. In his words, night was falling. The fingers of dusk were already gripping the sky. The sun had dipped behind the world's edge, and stars were peeking from beyond the shroud. The day was still, and darkness blanketed the field. I placed my last harvest of the day into a collection pile, and when from behind me rose a brilliant light, I turned, fear in my breast, not knowing what could have caused such intense radiance. Behind me stood a blazing figure, resplendent in glory. Its white flesh glowed with a luminous radiance. Its head a blinding ball of light, brighter than the brightest sun of mid-year. I averted my gaze, and I'm afraid I would be struck down for daring to gaze upon such a creature. A sudden peace washed over me, sweeping away my fear, leaving my troubled soul tranquil. A loving warmth wrapped his arms around me. The voice spoke to me, and I stood transfixed, trying to both see this glorious being and avoid its dazzling scrutiny. Fear not, it said to me, for you are chosen above all others. You will be the light to bring about the rebirth of an empire. It then held out its hand and bestowed on me a vision of power, such that I could scarcely contain it. Widewind, dishevelled and dirty, stumbled into his village the next morning, telling all who would listen about the miracle that happened in his fields. Aethys himself, he claimed, appeared to him. He was to punish the Adyran governor for leading his people to ruin. A way that would be provided, and those faithful who helped would be blessed when divinity manifested. Villagers ignored him, convinced the loss of his parents had broken his mind. Widewind continued to preach the power of Aethys and the corruption of the governor, eventually earning him the ire of the locals. His confrontations with the villagers hit a turning point one day in mid-autumn. A crowd had gathered around Widewind, jeering him and telling him to leave the village. The baller's crop that season was particularly light, and the villagers blamed Widewind, saying he angered the gods, particularly Aethys, with his blasphemy. They backed him into one of the withered fields, yelling at him to go. Accounts of the inciting action are hazy. Some say a stone was thrown, others say he was pushed, others say he simply tripped over a dry root sticking from the ground. Regardless of the cause, Widewind landed face down on the ground, and the villagers stood over him laughing. Enough! A voice, not Widewind's, boomed across the field. Widewind looked up at the crowd, his eyes glowing with a blinding white light. He stood but did not stand. One moment he was on the ground, and the next he was standing before the crowd who cowered before him. You dare deny me? A voice spoke through Widewind's mouth. You dare refuse my servant? Widewind's arms raised, beginning to luminesce. You dare require proof? His arms were out to the side. Never ask again, lest you be burned in the light of a new dawn. There was a flash of light from Widewind's eyes, and the entire field sprang to life. Once the dried and brittle plants became full, lush and verdant. The crowd was silent. From somewhere in the back came a call of praise Aethys, and they fell to their knees in front of Widewind, farmer turned god. When playing spellcasters in Skyrim, you tend to become megalomaniacal, like the heretic types. Fair enough. The more the experimenting, trying crazy bits of magic out and stuff like that kind of appeals to me as a spellcaster, but at the same time, that's apparently not the way I'm playing this guy. So I don't know, maybe when you do slightly more crazy stuff, I might need to come up with somebody else for it. I don't know, maybe somebody with a bit of a pirate vibe or something. Might have to think about it. This book bears a stamp designating part of the restricted collection of the Halls of Obscured. It appears to have been stolen, every page filled with closely packed writing and illustrations. One passage reads, St. Wyvern pursed his lips and stared down at the glowering visage which peered at him between the stalks of lawless. He gripped the wooden shaft at his side, slick with sweat from his palms, the hands of a working man, which he was. You are Aethys, then, he said. That I am, said the god. And you already know what I want, the farmer said, the farmer who was Wyvern. That I do. Wyvern unknotted a taut cord which restrained his ponytail, let the flowing locks cascade around his shoulders and rest over the shelf of his bosom. Weird line. He wrinkled and cleared his throat before winking again. I've got a candle that hasn't been lit properly. Aethys moves closer. The passage cuts off abruptly with a series of jagged notes pressed deeply into parchment. Eora is not ready for this. Oh, he's writing porn fan fiction of Wyvern when he's claiming he doesn't know anything about the guy. Or not much about the guy. It's interesting. I think I already read this, didn't I? Yeah. So, what have I got in here? That needs scrapping. I've got loads of pelts. I'm not going to scrap that. Nothing's to sell there. Okay.
You take lead.
Ah, crap.
Worse than raw. We'll see.
Got him.
I was just getting warmed up.
Ooh. I've got something to give me a small amount of essence, because I don't need a vast amount. Need more than that, though. Way excessive. Where's the one that was on 40? Something here that was going to give me offer me 40 essence. I'm sure it was. Alright. Screw it, that'll do. Seems excessive, but fine, whatevs. Where the heck am I? So I entered in over there, crossed the law over here, and we're on the other side of town. All the farms are down there. It's a lot to explore. I assume there's a back gate into Hightown or something up here. Adyran Empire? I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to say that, but he's got an Arquivus. He's an Adyran dude, which is not massively surprising, I suppose, out here. It's sparkliness, but I can't see it. there somewhere. There's some good bits that I definitely want and need. Down there, oh, there's stuff down here. Yes. Nice. Now then, how the fuck do I get out of here? That way. Thought I was stuck for a minute there. Freeze that and get through that way. I'm not sure I want to right now. Allegedly, there should be a way into the city from somewhere around here, you'd think. We'd think. I mean, there was a gate over there, at least it looked like there was one. There's definitely one over here. Going around that way might be the play, mightn't it? I might just fast travel back actually, because I need to sell some bits. And we need to turn this quest in. And yeah. And then we'll rest up. Hey, tune the behavior of dodge to whether it aligns with the camera or target. I'm not quite sure what the difference there is and what might be helpful and what might not be. Let's see about going and selling a few bits.
I knew you'd be back.
Okay, so I'll get rid of that and that. I don't recall having 4 of these, but I've got lots of... There's not much point benefit right now to scrapping it all, so I do need the cash, which I'm finally making progress on. Don't need that on me, don't need that. Let's see. It really doesn't matter, does it? Not given what I'm wearing. So now, what's she got? Nothing of much use. Cool. So that wants to go to a stash, so I don't really want to get rid of it. No point transmogging those, really. Yes. Cool. Right, let's go turn this quest in. Then we shall camp.
Hey, it's the Envoy.
Envoy, hey.
I swear, I owe you the world.
I own the world. He saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
Yeah, about that. Afraid not. Say nothing. They'll be here any minute. Afraid not.
No. Oh, God. Does he mean...
They didn't make it, Offric. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened?
The Oracle ripped their souls from their bodies and put them in a statue. Oracle killed them. Details won't help you know that they went quickly. Yeah, I'm not going to show the details because that has potential to cause more of a ripple effect, which is not a good one either. But yeah, it's funny because I went in this thinking this is all really bad and I don't want to steal this relic from this Oracle, and you know, like the expedition who wanted to do that were really up to no good, and I stand by that. But in the end, I ended up taking it out of there, and I'm going to give it to these guys anyway because it might as well do some good, and it couldn't be left. Well, I mean, the Oracle is dead anyway. Killed a 600-year-old dude because he was nuts. Yeah, I couldn't really leave it there either, so hopefully it'll do something good here. If it were me, maybe, and knew I was going to give it to them, I might have smashed up the bit of the statue that the relic goes in so that it couldn't be put there and nobody else could finish his work. It'll make it harder anyway, but still. Just know they went quickly. At least this way the relic can be used to heal people, maybe. Help people.
Hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
I did not say he killed them. At all.
At least
there's bits of this in here that are a problem.
I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful, Envoy.
Yeah, I enjoyed this quest and the way it was written and everything. It was cool. But there's lots of little bits like this in the game where it's just like you'll get a reply from somebody who assumes you told them something you didn't, or they just act in some way based on the information that they were never given. It's like, oh, did you avenge them by killing the Oracle? Well, I never told you he killed them. And you've no reason to jump to that conclusion either. Fully armed team of expeditionaries against one dude. Why would they assume that's how that went? So yeah, it's just like bits like that are where some of the writing falls apart a bit, I think. What's next for you two?
Ambassador Heelguard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
While we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to my grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
I'll treasure it.
Well, I'm sure you've got big Envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
I think
I nearly
not.
forgot. You didn't happen to find that relic, did you?
All yours. Got it right here. What are we giving for it? Never saw it. Belongs to people who are living in land. Belongs to people who are living in lands. It's not ideas to take.
I don't think the Corps' higher-ups are going to see it the same way, but I guess I can't argue with the Emperor's hand-picked envoy. If you're ever back in High Crown, promise to look us up, okay?
Yeah, okay, I won't say it. Doesn't mean...
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of them.
Much.
Glad they made it.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that option to keep it here, though. And we've got a level. Wonderful. So... what would I like to learn and keep? To be honest, I kind of like to reset. I think the higher level I get, the more it costs to reset, but... Having that is good. Poison then heals you there. Beaten with a staff to get your essence back. Both of these are kind of handy to have. Grimoire snap, snap the Grimoire shut, and knock enemies back and deal stun. That's not actually in my current Grimoire. It's in another one I've got though. So that will be handy. Knock back and stun is definitely not a bad thing to have to get people off me. Decreases the essence penalty even further, so I'd have more essence, so that would also be worth it. More missiles. Bleed on top of freezing them. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what to pick. Yeah, sure, Adyran, have a good night. It's only a little bit of... Well, I'm not wearing light and medium armor anymore anyway, so I don't need to do that. I am wearing light armor, I think, aren't I? Yeah, it counts as light armor, okay. But what's the reduction on it at the moment, or anyway? Reduced by 10 essence. So I'm currently already getting that, it's reducing it by 15, so there's no point in putting it there right now. What would be more useful? One mastery. I've already got that, haven't I? About to enemies and explodes. Grimoire snap appeals. Get people off me when they're getting up close and personal. Like freezing. Kind of like the idea of resetting actually, and maybe picking some other bits and pieces. Yeah. I might actually do that. How many? Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reset these points. I can't pick that right now, apparently. I have to pick this. That's slightly annoying. I don't want that, really. All those are still the same, except for the one that I've got. Intellect increases my essence. Boosting stamina is not unappealing. No, it's boosting my damage. Put one more in here and then we'll start thinking about other stuff after that. So apparently I do have to put one in there. Which is not what I wanted. Definitely want that. Like unlock level 10 Grimoire spells, but I won't be able to cast them anyway until I'm at level 10 anyway, I don't think. Maybe I would. Don't know that I'm going to do that right. I haven't got access to any of these right now anyway, I don't think. So what I'm thinking is... I've got left 3, haven't I? I'm thinking that one. Some good stuff here that I would like. Does damage and heals in a beam. Keep those in there. I think I will have that one. And Grimoire Snap. Nice. I think that's probably going to be a better setup for me. Don't think anything else is worth having right now. What else I had unlocked previously? There was one other thing. Arcane Veil, maybe? Put an extra point over... Oh, one mastery, wasn't it? That was an error. I should put one into one mastery again, because I definitely need that. Balls, I made a mistake there. Go on. Okay, I'll probably do that again. We'll reload that one, and that should save me the errors I make. Kind of got to start out with sort of high status speech, running a few quests, and suddenly becoming the leader of Thieves Guild. Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense about your level of influence, doesn't it? Yeah. So I really don't want that, but okay. It is a bit restrictive in some ways. Want that. Want that. Want that. This leaves me with 2 points left, so I definitely want this freezy thing again. Which basically means I'm right back to where I was and still have that one to place, don't I? So yes, okay, right, that was immensely dumb of me then, okay. I will want to change stuff later, I think, but for right now I don't. I've not got so much money I can throw it away really at the minute, so... So yeah, most of the stuff I've got is quite useful. Like, the one thing I don't want is the minor missiles, magic missile, basically. I'd like to ditch that in favour of corrosive siphon, really, but I can't. So I'm just going to take Grimoire Snap to knock things back, so I've got that knockback, I think. Actually, you know what? I'm not. This is kind of more useful in a way. To drain health out of enemies. And if I double up with something that's actually in the current Grimoire I have, it does double damage, but it ups the cost of it as well, or more damage and ups the cost of it. So that's quite a fun thing. Do damage and heal is potentially useful, or a knockback and stun. I do like stun though, which this does not do much stun. Do we have anything that really does stun? Chill Blades freezes things, but it doesn't really inflict stun. It is handy, that. Does this inflict much stun? No, not really. It does. That's shock and stun. Both of these are shock and stun. Not bad stun, damage and stun. So more stun later is probably a way to go, I think. Damage and healing is probably going to be the play for now. Yeah, I'd like to ditch that in favour of like something up here, but it's not an option right now, unfortunately. And I'm going to put one more into my damage output. I feel like I haven't had a point in Kai's upgrades in forever. Nice, so that is that done. And it comes to 11 o'clock. Cool. Those guys aren't still Garoi. Oh, they're just ordinary Adyran soldiers, I think. I don't know. They look like trouble anyway. Okay. The next thing I want to do is go and turn in the bounty. And then we'll have a nap, I think. Probably wrap that there.
I knew you'd be back.
This is not where I want to be. This is where I want to be, over here. This chap.
Welcome back, Envoy.
Bounty to claim.
Show it here.
Octave won't be burning anybody any up here again.
Too many good men and women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life. Be safe out there, you hear?
Yeah, got some cash. It's good because I need it. Most of my cash is about to disappear on upgrading this thing in a minute. I accidentally unequipped my grimoire there. Yes, I did. Right, let's now. I need somewhere better to camp than the options I've got. So what are we likely to do next time? Probably a bunch of this stuff, so yeah. I think I'll head over here to the Southern Embrace. And there, where we started off, and when we push on from there, we'll be closer to places we want to head to next time, I think. Can change the unique enchantments on, well, yeah, the enchantments on unique stuff. So, what would I like to stash? Dexterity and parkour speed instead of generate health or so generate essence. Yeah, I think that's probably not so much the parkour speed, but dexterity is, if I remember rightly, potentially quite useful. Attack speed and action speed, definitely not a bad thing to have. Oops. So yeah, slowly regenerating health is nice, but only when you're wet is a bit too situational to make it worth having. This Paradisian ladder is a nightmare to keep enough in stock at the moment. Right, so Grimoire. Let's buff that. Get my damage up. Reduce the ability cost. Well, the ability cost will stay the same, but the cooldown will improve. And I won't be at a damage penalty either. So that's going to be nice. Cool. Upgrading everything is now difficult.
Seems like you were having a strange dream the other night. A cup of tea might help you sleep. Unless you need a nip of something stronger.
Well, I can have something stronger than a cup of tea, unless you're talking about like a herbal one instead of a caffeinated one. Right, do you want to say anything?
Something on your mind? This is a far cry from the feasts and featherbeds you must be used to.
No.
Enjoy the ocean breeze while we're here.
Okay. Ooh. No dreams either. Haven't advanced the story, so I'm not terribly surprised. So, what do I think? I think, I want this on... Where are my spells? The abilities, there we go. That on 3. Kai's thing on 4. 5. Which means, what do I want? 6? I want this on 6, don't I? There we go. That's cool. I can't imagine how using these is going to be, well, maybe triggers, I suppose, as well as D-pad. I don't know. I imagine this is quite annoying. Oh, no controller. So, thank you for the sub. Welcome on in. So, yeah. Missile, freeze, siphon the life out of people. Kai's stuff. Heal. Okay. Right. That was cool. Should have done that in the other order, whatever. Yeah, that was fun. Definitely enjoyed that. I'm having a lot of fun with Avowed so far, and yeah, I've said this before, but my off again, on again weird relationship with Obsidian games notwithstanding, this one seems to be clicking better than most have in the past. To be fair, I did sink a fair number of hours into New Vegas back in the day, which is probably more than 10 years ago now, but it will be more than 10 years ago. But yeah, this is more enjoyable story-wise. Characters are average, they're nothing special, most of them. But kind of the story's okay. But exploring the world and the gameplay and stuff like that, I'm enjoying a lot. That quest was good. I thought that quest was really, really good. I thought we might do a few more bits and pieces today, but that one big quest was extensive. So yeah, I had good fun with that. I very much enjoyed it. So I'm not sure where we're going to go next, or what we're going to do next. I did say I was going to play Fallout, dive into Fashion Acts and stuff, but I'm really enjoying Avowed, and that's kind of all I want to play at the minute. So, I don't know, we might do some Avowed tomorrow again, and then maybe play Fallout on Friday, but we'll see how I feel. I will wing it provisionally. I do need to come up with a build, though, I think, for a camp build the next couple of days. Because I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I definitely need to do something. So, yeah. Yes, definitely enjoying Avowed. Very impressed so far. So, if... Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, if you guys want a bit of a heads up on the stuff that's the new rewards and stuff for Fashion Acts, then I've got a video on that and everything else going on there. Should be cool. Yeah, we'll dive back into Avowed tomorrow, I think. It's got a fresh, clean look to it. It's got the art styles kind of has that going to it, yeah. I mean, the town's kind of battered in its own ways in some, but it's not very weathered, really, is it? But it is supposed to be a dwarven-built town, so maybe that's why it's so tough. I don't know. I'll have to see what the other areas look like. But the outside areas are a bit more rough around the edges, but still, the art style is pretty... not cartoony, exactly, but it leans that direction over photorealism, so... which is what it is. Yeah, having fun with that. Anyway, folks, thank you for hanging out tonight. Hope you've had fun. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I have. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Avowed. It's landing well with me. Looking forward to pushing on. I am kind of wondering, like, some of the other choices I'm making here seem like the reasonable ones, but they are... like, with that statue and stuff, I don't think I would normally have made the other choice, but I'm curious enough to see what would have happened that I kind of want it. But it doesn't line up with... the way I would play a game normally, which is an interesting thing that it's kind of tempting me to do something I wouldn't normally do, which is cool. Yeah, definitely enjoying that. No, my other character probably wouldn't do this either, but maybe I should create some kind of bit of a troublemaker or something who might do that sort of thing. I don't know. But yeah, definitely good fun. So, thank you for hanging out. You guys know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Likes and subs and notification bells, social media links in the description, and channel memberships on the blue join button if you're interested. Notification bell. Did I say that one? Don't know. Bears mentioning again anyway. And yeah, we'll dive back into this probably about 8 o'clock tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll have to pursue my next video idea. Yes, thank you all for hanging out. I hope it's fun. Yeah, definitely enjoying this. Anyway, chill time, I think. So, until next time, look after yourselves, stay safe. I will catch you, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, around about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So until then, see you next time. And then, hey, folks.